some beautifully designed apartments on the interior, but we're not going to talk about architecture on this block. We're going to talk about steak.
What?
Well, there's a reason. This is a city very, very famous for its steak. When the Dutch first came here, they lived briefly on what is now called Governor's Island. They used Manhattan for pasture for their cattle. They soon moved into Manhattan to be closer to the museums and the theaters, and the cattle was raised on Long Island and New Jersey, ferried across the rivers to the slaughterhouses on the shorelines. So a problem with this neighborhood, the people. If you have friends who live here like I do, that's the only thing they talk about is steak, steak, steak.
It's
beef,
a
beef,
simple
beef, beef.
marinade. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Some kind of tour?
Yep, it's a tour, down 46.
Well, welcome. Welcome to Steakhouse Row. This entire area was next to the old slaughterhouses down by the East River. So everywhere started serving steaks. Now, yeah, the Palm, that opened in 1926. Pietro's, 1932. And Many Wolf's, which is now Smith & Wolenski's. Sparks Steakhouse, that's the newbie on the block. They opened up on 18th Street, but moved up here in 1977. Hey, Nicole!
Hey, everybody! Now, did Walter tell you about the different kinds of cuts? Let's talk about the kinds of steaks. The short loin, very popular, back behind the rib. Now, if you're outside of the city, any top loin piece is going to be called a New York steak, but here in the city, it's called a strip steak, or a shell steak, or a sirloin strip. But sirloin hasn't been a normal cut since the 1700s. Now, on the other side of the bone, you got the porterhouse, okay? A name also coined right here in New York, by the way. Now, if you got the bone still in there, you got your T-bone. Hey, Nanette!
Hi. Well, we've all heard about barbecues and fish fries and clam bakes, right? Well, the biggest feast in New York was the beef steak. Now, butchers from the slaughterhouses would bring their finest prime pieces into the taverns on a Saturday night, and they would grill them and eat and drink, and it became a dining event. But this was mainly a male activity. But the actress Lily Langtry sued Keen's Chop House in 1901 downtown, and a little bit after that, women got the right to vote. Hey, Travis.
Hey, Nanette, Walter, Nicole, Robert. Yeah, so they started ruining the beefsteaks. I mean, it used to be just a meat and beer kind of night, but then everything changed. Politicians started to invite women to the events, and it changed everything. Suddenly, there were cocktails instead of just beer, and these little fruit cups, and vegetable salads, and orchestras for dancing, and silverware. Oh, you used to be able to just eat with your hands, and stain your clothes, and devour pounds of beef, and gulp down pitchers of beer. Then it all changed.
You know, excuse me, I'm curious. How would the four of you describe the sky today, on this afternoon?
Medium rare.
A little braised, a little chewy.
Could use some cream spinach.
Okay, I'm sorry about that, everybody, but we're walking,
Speaking of Sparks Steakhouse, this is where John Gotti and his folks put the hit on Gambino crime boss, Big Paul Castellano, in 1985 in December.
All the gangland hits, the gangs, the murders, the senseless slaughter on 46th Street. Which brings us to our final stop, the United Nations.
Hey, everybody!